think it's still on it. And does anyone remember caboodles? What is up, my Olympias? It's Vanessa Tillnerova, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. First off, I just want to start off with my attire today. As you can see, I'm wearing a Friends t-shirt. It is just in the light and spirit that there is a Friends reunion coming up. I believe it's May 27th. Well, when this video airs, it will be coming out this week, which is super exciting. I don't know if any of you are a fan of Friends. I definitely am. I hope you watch it, and if you haven't seen the trailer for it, you should. Anyway, back to the video. If you saw from the title, and if you haven't watched Miss Universe, it has been a tradition for me since I can remember. I have always watched Miss Universe every year with my family, and that was something that my parents aspired for me to do. And no, I never took part of Miss Universe. Let's just cut straight to that point. I thought it would be a great idea because I did used to do beauty pageants. If you didn't know that, now you know. I just wanted to talk about beauty pageants and how they changed over the years. If you have ever thought of joining a beauty pageant or actually was just wondering how does it work, the girl will let you know how it works. And just to let you know, if there's any questions that I don't answer in this video, comment them down below, ask them away, and I will answer them for you. So yeah, let's get into the discussion. So just a little bit of background about my history with pageants. My background is half Filipino and half Czech, and if you've watched Miss Universe or any other pageant, the Philippines, they go crazy for pageants. And I believe I took part in 7 pageants, I think. My mom made me join it because she thought I would be really good, a really good contender to win. I also had a poise, and I was always very interested in watching Miss Universe. I was very into it. Like, I would even copy their walks and stuff when I was little. So I guess my mom thought, like, hey, like, I think she'll like it again. She'll have fun. But ever since I was 15, I have been in beauty pageants. And I think the last one that I did, I believe I was 20 years old. My first beauty pageant, it was a small Filipino pageant. It was called Miss Philippines. And I took part in the Miss Teen Philippines category, being 15. And there wasn't that many girls in it. There was about 4 of us. But there was also Mr. Philippines, there was like a Miss Junior and a Miss, so there was like 20 of us in total, and I really enjoyed it. It was actually really fun because we did photo shoots, or we got like a program book where we had our picture and a little bio about us that they would give at the pageant. Since there was 4 people in each category, everyone got a place. Didn't leave anyone out, which I did appreciate because it was my first pageant and I don't think I did that well. It was my first time in high heels. From then on, I believe I just grew, and I really enjoyed being in pageants after that. The biggest one I did was Miss Teen Canada. Yeah, that's just like my little history, but most of them were really small pageants. They were really fun, and I absolutely had a blast doing them. So the pros about being in a pageant in general, I personally like the smaller pageants that I did because it really did create a sense of community. It really helped me for socializing and getting to know people, because when I did place in a bunch of the pageants that I did, we did have to do charity events and media events where we'd have to wear our crown and sash. That was so fun. And you know what? Like, I felt like a really good mentor and role model, even though I was about 16 years old or 17 years old at the time. I had like little girls saying like, wow, you look like a princess. I want to be a princess. Like, I would ask things like, oh, do you go to school? And I'll be like, yes, school's very important. You have to make sure to stay in school and study very hard if you want to become a princess. I felt like I was making a difference, which is something I really loved about the pageant world. Another thing that I really liked is I got to meet lifetime friends, and it created a really big sisterhood and bond, which I really liked. Now, one might ask, how did you feel when it came to being in a swimsuit? Well, some of the pageants I had taken a part in included a swimsuit portion and some didn't. When it came to the swimsuit, to be honest, I was very uncomfortable the very first time I did a swimsuit pageant. I don't even know if my very first pageant included a swimsuit. It was such a long time ago. It was 15 years ago. Oh my god. I feel old. At first, when you're practicing, you do a lot of practicing. This is not just like you enter the pageant, you practice at home, and then you get there and you go. You literally went and practiced every week. These Miss Universe candidates that, you know, you're like, oh, they're so pro at doing this. They practice. They practice every week. They have pageant coaches that help them represent their country at Miss Universe. It's the same thing with the smaller pageant, but with the smaller pageant, every weekend, practice, and they would teach you how to walk, they would teach you how to pose, but they would teach you how to pose properly, how to turn, how to be comfortable in heels. Some girls started off with a smaller heel and then ended up with the big heel after, because we all were trying to do 4-inch heels for pageant walking. It was actually a lot of work to be a part of a pageant. So that included the swimsuit portion. At first, everyone's kind of wrapped up in like a little blanket, just like, I don't know about that, unless they already are comfortable. But eventually you just get used to it because everyone is doing the same thing. They give you kind of like a wrap, so you're kind of comfortable, and then they like show you how to like present your swimsuit in a very classy way, and it makes you feel comfortable. And the swimsuit portion actually isn't that bad. So it was a very fun experience for sure, but there's a lot of training, a lot of work that you need to put into it. And for me, being in high school, it wasn't that bad, but I can just imagine someone being in university or even working like a full-time job. I can't imagine working full-time, plus going out on the weekends to practice, and then other days on the weekend. So say you practice every Sunday for the pageant, but then every Saturday, you would have an event to go to the community, and it's just so busy. Like, your life is so busy when you're in a pageant. In terms of the question and answer portion, I know that's something that a lot of people are afraid of. I personally like the question and answer portion. I know, like, public speaking in general, it kind of freaks some people out. Like, even for me, like, a really good tip that I got from one of my pageants that I did was, when you hear the question and answer, take a minute, and when you're answering, answer it like a full sentence. I talked about how it creates a sisterhood and a bond, and honestly, it's a unique experience. I did mention that for a pageant, there's a lot of work involved, which means your weekends are gone. No free weekends for you. And that's why I'm very thankful that my parents put me in when I was in high school, because I had more time. I did work though. I did work part-time. I worked part-time at 2 jobs at the time. I recommend, if you want to try it and do it when you're not as busy. You don't have to be in high school to do it. You can be even in university, just as long as you have time and you know that your weekends are gone. I find that in the end, I don't regret actually taking part in the pageants, because I really love the experience about it. The one thing that, if you are interested in joining a pageant, it costs a lot of money. Number one, there's an entrance fee, and depending on what pageant you're taking part of, there's a different cost. So with smaller pageants, they're way cheaper than a national pageant versus an international pageant. We were very pushed to have sponsorships, and I think this helped the pageant corporation, whichever pageant I was part of, it helped them pay for their fees and stuff. So they really revved up for us to get sponsors. And to be honest, unless you were a model, like some of these girls were models, it was very hard for me to get a sponsorship, and even just to like ask people, and it was just a lot of money to ask people. That was a very hard struggle for me personally, and for some other girls. Another part that costed a lot of money too was the gowns and the accessories and the shoes. It is a lot of money, even for paying for the hair and the makeup. The hair and the makeup, oh my god. The makeup, they would put literally 3 layers of foundation on your face because the lights were so bright and it was so hot. I just remember it being so hot on stage, and sometimes the lights were so bright you couldn't even see the audience. So yeah, that was a big con about a pageant. I found it very difficult personally for me because my family's not a rich family, but my parents were very supportive of me, which I'm very thankful for, and they really believed in me, and that's why every time I went in, I did my best, and I did work hard. I was very dedicated in whichever pageant I was a part of, and it was a fun experience for each. Another question, I think, because I've taken a part in so many pageants, is which title am I most proud of? This was my favorite. In the Miss Teen Canada pageant, I got Miss Congeniality, well, Miss Teen Congeniality. Like, that was the highlight title for me, because I I don't know if any of you have watched Miss Congeniality, but I love that movie and I always wanted to be Miss Congeniality because when they explained the title in the movie, I'm like, I want to be that one day. And out of all the pageants, I am so glad I got that title for the biggest pageant I've taken a part of. There were 50 other teen girls that wanted to be Miss Teen Canada. I really got to know so many girls, and I just love talking and meeting new people. So I was actually very surprised that I got Miss Congeniality out of all these girls because they were all so amazing, they were all so nice, and everyone was really comfortable with each other, really comfortable in chit-chatting. So I didn't think I was going to win, to be honest. I thought it would have been someone else. So when they called me, I was just like, what? Me? But yeah, no, I was surprised, really surprised. That really is a place in my heart that I will never forget and I'm going to live on through the rest of my life for, that I got Miss Congeniality for a Miss Teen Canada pageant. Like, what? That's the #1 best title that I'm so thankful for. So what has changed in the industry since I've taken a part in it? I noticed in Miss Universe, it's a little bit different in terms of the swimsuit portion. So before, there wouldn't be any wraps, but now I notice like a cloak. It kind of covers the back, which I think is a good thing. The beauty pageant isn't just like the beauty, but it's about the brains as well. And I think also with the years passing by and body image changing, I think maybe we might see beauty queens of different sizes as well, which I think would be amazing to spread that out because there are so many ways a woman could be beautiful and it's not just about being like a certain look. So I noticed that has changed drastically. It's not just like a blonde haired, blue-eyed woman anymore. Yeah, I think that's what's changing and I think it's in a positive way. Yeah, I can't wait to see it because I literally have been watching Miss Universe every year and I'm still going to continue to do that. Even when I have kids, we're going to watch it every year together and keep the tradition alive. The last words that I'm going to say for this, if you are interested in joining a pageant, I recommend that you do it. I would just recommend maybe starting off with a smaller pageant because a big one is really expensive and yeah, I wish you the best of luck. And that concludes my pageant real talk tea. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the pageant world and how it was really like, comment them down below, ask them away. I will be happy to answer them for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and don't forget to click that subscribe button down below as I post every single Monday. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Bye!